Good evening and good morning to everyone around the world. I am Biko Kaisupia speaking on Buddhasasana program, the broadcasting program of the Cambodian Buddhist Monk Society in USA. Today, we are continuing our series, the series of the Mahamangala Sutta, the highest blessings. Before I begin, I would like to pay homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha with my high respects and also my respect to all venerable monks who happen to watch this program. And also, I would like to welcome to venerable monks here from Georgia and uh, another one from Colombo, Sri Lanka, Venerable Chon Supal and second Venerable Ho Hong. So thank you for joining us today and welcome to the program. So before I begin, I would like to inform you that we have started this topic, this series for a few weeks, and we have invited a few speakers on this program to share their perspective. Uh, so before I begin asking you a question, I would like both of you, to share your personal understanding or uh, the definition of the blessings in Buddha's teaching. So first, I would like to start with Venerable Chun Sopal. Could you please share your uh, personal understanding on blessings so we can go forward with the Mangala Suttas? So thank you, please.
Thank you very much to the most vulnerable Kaisopia, who is the moderator of this program. First of all, I would like to pay homage to the Triple Gym, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha as my high respect. I would like to pay respect to the most vulnerable Atumini Meung Sang, who is director of Cambodian Buddhist Monk Society, USA. I also would like to pay respect to all of most vulnerable who are presenting in the United States. Also, good evening to Venerable Ho Hong, who is a PhD candidate of Pali language from Colombo, Sri Lanka. Also, good evening to Venerable Kaisopia.
Thank you.
I would like to say thank you very much to the most vulnerable Dr. Yon Sinh Yet, who invited me to join with the program. I'm very pleased to have a chance to join with the Dharma program in English today. Related to our topic today is Mahamangala Sutta of Dikha Nikaya, in Pali word. In English, the resources of the highest blessing. Related to the word Mangala in Pali word, as my personal understanding, it is related to the happiness, related to the peace that the Lord Buddha gives the Dhamma talks to Deva, who asks him about Mangala of the daily life. It is mostly related to the daily life of humans that they are living in society. Yeah, it is my understanding in short. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
yeah, thank you so much. I a little bit confused also because like we get to know each other very short and then we start broadcasting, so it's a little bit, you know, kind of difficult to build up a, a understanding, a mutual understanding between us. So, but anyway, we are trying to make it flexible so we can talk easily
Yeah.
to this regard topic. So now I would like to turn to Venerable Ho Hong from Colombo, Sri Lanka. I know you are studying this, currently studying at the university over there. So, but before I begin asking you each of the blessings which is mentioned in this sutta, I would like you also uh, uh, to share with us your perspective, your understanding on this particular blessings. What would you say to the people that to understand these kind of blessings? Thank you.
First, I would like to show my respect to pay my homage to the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and show my respect to most venerable Mani Sang and Dr. Venerable most venerable Dr. John Si Yet also for allowing me to join this program. Yeah, and for my personal perspective on the Mangala Sutta, because this sutta is very important for lay disciple, lay people, yeah, laity. Is someone want to get happiness or enjoyment in this world. So we need to follow the highest blessing that refers to the sutta called Sutta or Mangala, yeah. Because it is considered as a charter in our line of family responsibility, social obligation, moral purification, and spiritual cultivation. That's why the sutta, Mangala Sutta, is very important for all the people who want to get happiness and to live with happiness in this world. Yes, for my perspective. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I am asking you to explain this because usually the Cambodian people are misunderstanding, on the blessings. We usually think that going to the temple or asking someone who bless you, who it is something that we need to clarify. What are the differences between the Buddha's teaching and traditional understanding on blessing? So uh, that's why we are going on these topics in order to make more understanding that only going through the practices that we all can receive the true blessings in our life. So uh, next, I would like to. So now we are going into our topics today. Our continuing topics on this series. So now I would like to ask the question to Venerable Chun Supal on. The Buddha has mentioned about to have much knowledge. So, what did the Buddha mean by to have much knowledge? Is one of the blessings. So, could you please explain on these particular topics? Uh, Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Venerable Taisupia. Before talking about to have much knowledge, I would like to remind about uh, the second verses of the highest blessing. It is related to in Pali word, Pahuta Chancha Sipancha Vinayo Chasusiketo. So Pasita Chayavacha e Tamang Kalamutamang. The first Mangala is related to have much knowledge, and the second one is to be skilled in craft, and the third one is to be well trained in discipline, and the last one is to have good speech. So now we are back to our topic today is to have much knowledge. When we are talking about knowledge, there were many kinds of knowledge in the universe. But in summary, we have two kinds of knowledge, general knowledge and Dhamma knowledge. General knowledge. There were many kinds of general knowledge that we have to learn. Uh, in here, there were 18 kinds of knowledge. The first one is how to learn the word. It is also one kind of knowledge. The second one is how to large in learning. It is also in one kind of knowledge. And another one is how to learn a numbering counting.
Yes. Go on. Yes. We still hearing you. Yes.
I
Go
suppose
on.
that it is cutting.
No. You're still on.
Okay.
Just
And another one is the learning of the art of study. And then law is also kind of knowledge, and business and dancing, body power, the art of archery, the learning how to be a doctor, uh, learning about ancient knowledge, the learning of astronomy, learning of the art of speech, learning of the art of war. It is also a kind of learning. Um, Learning of the art of grammar, the learning of uh, the Buddha doctrine is also the kind of knowledge.
but why is it the Buddha said it is a blessing? So what did he refer?
Uh,
How can we make more understanding on this?
yes, sure. Uh, Related to how uh, to have much knowledge, it means that we have to learn everything. When understand everything, we understand everything, and then we'll improve our knowledge. So then it is considered as a higher blessing. I mean, we understand everything in this world in
So
general knowledge and Buddhist knowledge.
so we can so that means we can make use of those knowledge and that is a kind of empowering blessings to us, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is just only a general knowledge, but the most important is uh, the Dharma knowledge, which is related to meditation, the learning of three sekha, three study, mean study about psychology, the study of meditation, the study of wisdom. It is the most important, which is improves also our life to be higher. That the Lord Buddha consider as this knowledge is the highest blessing.
Okay, thank you so much for your uh, explanation on this.
So maybe technical problem. I cannot hear the voice.
Oh, can I still can hear you? Can you hear me?
Cannot. Yeah.
Oh, then you maybe you will have to leave and rejoin again. Can you
So
hear
how can I
anyone?
do? Yeah.
I think you can leave and join again. Y-
So cannot hear.
Okay, we are back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Venerable Supal, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
clearly.
Thank you so much. So I'm sorry for the people who are watching this. We have some technical problems, and now we are fixed, and we are continuing our topic. So again, now it is the question for Venerable Hong. So what do you make of the Mata Pitu Upatana? You know, the Buddha has said that is one of the blessing, which is looking after one's mother and father. So it is a blessing in Buddha's teaching. So what do you make of that? How can you continue explaining to us what did the Buddha really mean on this. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. The word Mata Pitu Upatanang, according to the Mangala Sutta, Mata Pitu Upatanang, Buddha Sangho Anagalacha Kamonta Etamang Kalamutamang. Is the full verse here. Mata Pitu Upatanang. Mata, it is divided into three. Mata, Pitu, and Upatanang. Mata, mother, Pita, father, and Upadanang, look after or attending on someone. But here refer to our mother and father. So the meaning, Mata Peto Upadanang, mean attending on father and mother. This is, this is the true obligation that all the children need to perform for their parent. Yes, according to the meaning of Mata Pita Upatanang. Yes, thank you very much.
But the question is, why looking after our parent is a blessing? You know, can you elaborate a little bit more on this? Why did the Buddhas say that the looking after our parents is a blessing? Because I want to clarify on it, because in the United States, usually old people didn't really look after by the children. It's of getting old because they don't have time. So can you a little bit specific on this, because in order to clarify and make people more understand on this particular stances, to the people to have a bright understanding on this. If you could, please.
I refer to one sutta we call Thanda Putta Sutta on Kodra Nikai. Can reply to that question. Why parents need to have children? So according to this sutta, the Buddha lists 5 factors or give the reason why all the parents need to have children. Petoni sang kubisami, kejang ni sang gresami, kalawang sang tupesami, daya jang paripajami, petanang kalagatanang takinang dupatasami. This is the way that all the parents want children. And why we are children, and why we need to pay or repay our gratitude to our parents. For the Buddhist country, value so much on gratitude. But in some European country, all those mother and father were sent to live in the separate place that controlled by the government or community. But according to the true feeling of their parents still need to live with their children and children need to support them according to the social responsibility. Social responsibility consider man as a cell of a society. That's why family can be considered as bond of society. That's why cannot separate people from society. That's why children need to pay or return gratitude to their parents and want them to feel comfortable in life, because life was suffering and need someone to care, to look after when they are getting old. This is the reason why the Buddha lay out Mata Pita Upatanang. That means looking after one father and mother. And it is the true meaning that all the parents want. Because the meaning that we call the word Pota, according to the Sutta, the Buddha preached. Pota Manusa, Pota Vatuk Manusanang. This means that children are the property of parents. That's why parents need something or need a gratitude that all children want to return back. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. So you're referring to the Buddha's teaching, and there's a different perspective on different cultures. So usually, you know, it is important for all of us to understand and apply those teaching into practice, and understand the importance of looking after our parents, and what does it mean by it too. So now I would like to turn my question to Venerable Chun Sopal on the next. I think you have recited in Pali language a moment ago, and uh, in that Pali in English is to have skill in craft. So, and that is also another blessings in this Mahamangala Sutta. So, uh, could you please explain us what does it mean to have skill in craft, and it is also a blessing, and why? Thank you.
Thank you very much. To be skilled in crafts, first of all, we have to understand the term skill. What is skill? Skill here is having or showing the knowledge, ability, or training to perform a certain activity or task well. For example, a lab technician skill in electronic skill judgment based on a proceeding from ability to do something, such as skill, Lego device, of working, like requiring special ability or training a highly skilled job. It is related to the term skill. And in Buddhism, there were many monks who had a different knowledge or different skill. For instance, there were many disciples of the Lord Buddha, 80 disciples of the Lord Buddha who are Arahanta. For example, Venerable Sariputta, Mahasariputta. Many people, many lay devotees may understand, may know him well. He's very good at preaching the Dharma, giving the Dharma talk. He have he can give the Dharma talk or can preach the Dharma to lay devotees with a skillful as well as the Lord Buddha.
Okay, thank you.
Also,
So, yes, yes, go on, please.
yeah,
But just a little bit. I just want to clarify that. What is the purpose of having a skill?
yeah,
The skill in craft, and then it's specific mention on this. So, yeah, please, could you go on
yeah.
sharing
Thank
your,
you very much.
yeah.
Someone who have a skill or to be skilled in craft, they can make life and society improve, can develop society, also develop their life to make a society and their life happy and peace because of skill. We have no skill, we can do anything. Well, no skill, no specific field they're working. Yeah. We can't do anything. Well, we can develop anything. We can improve, cannot improve our life, cannot develop society because of no skill, no specific skill. So skill is skill in craft. Skill in craft means to do everything which is specific. Yeah. So it is that we consider as the highest blessing.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, even we can just mention that the skill of speaking good English. So it's is one of the sorry. So it is one of the it can be as a skill, right? Because that could help a person to understand
Yeah.
whether in terms of a culture and many more things. So yeah, thank you so much, Venerable Sopa, and I would like to turn to continue. So we're going to exchange on this. Now it's Venerable Hong's turn on these stanzas in this on this Mangala Sutta. So Venerable Hong, as you have just explained, the looking after one's parents is one of the highest blessings, and also here the Buddha has mentioned about supporting one's wife and children is also one of the highest blessings in the suttas. So what do you make of that? Could you please explain on this stanza? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Venerable Kaisapia. Now I turn to another point. Buddhadara Satsangoho. It means that sharing one wife and children. According to this meaning, this still refers to one sutta, Sangalaga Sutta, or in Cambodia we call Sangalaga Sutta. And Sri Lanka, the most popular one is Sigalowada Sutta, of Tika Nikai, mentioned about the role of husband toward wife and their children. So according to this word, man has obligation to perform as a husband. So according to the Sigalowada Sutta, the Buddha lay down 5 roles of husband to perform to their wife and children. What are they? According to this sutta, the Buddha states, Panjahikho kahapati buddha thanehe samikena pachimadisa parya pachubatha dabba samananaya avivandanaya anatetariyaya isariya bosakena langara nubadanena. One meaning by honoring his wife. Second one, by respecting her. Third one, by being faithful to her. Fourth one, by giving full authority to manage domestic affairs. And the last one, by providing ornament to her. This is the 5 obligations that all the husband need to perform, need to practice toward his beloved wife. So this is the meaning that we need to understand the word Buddhadara Sasangoho. And for what is the role performed by men, or sometimes called father, to their children? According to the Sutta, Sigalowada Sutta, the Buddha lists 5 applications of husband that need to perform for their children. What are 5? But this one we can call the joint role by parent. But now we talk about only the husband, mean father. So 5 points that served by the Buddha. 1. Papanivaranti, mean prevent one children from doing evil. The second one, Kalyane Nivyasente, mean to encourage them to do good. And third one, Sapang Sikha Penti, mean send them to get a high or proper education. And the first one, Paderubena Darena Sangyo Chenti, mean parent or father should marry them into a good family in due time. And the last one, Samaye Daijang Niyatente, mean father should hand over property to them, to their children, in a due time. So this is the meaning of the word Buddha Dara Sangho in the Gatha or the Mangala Sutta or Kotaka Nikaya. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So this is the Buddha has mentioned about the role of being a husband that should practice toward their wife and children. So thank you for your uh, explaining on this stances. So I'm going a bit because we have only 15 more minutes, so I'm going a little bit faster. So now I would like to turn my question to Venerable so Paul again on the next blessings, which is the Buddha has mentioned that to be well trained in discipline is also one of the highest blessings. So please go ahead. Could you please explain it to our audience? Thank you.
Yeah. As we have known, the Dharma cannot be relied by unmindfulness or lazy of the same person. So the devout Buddhists should be strive for wisdom, whether they are in a householder or one gone forth. Those who gone forth should be have much higher standard of discipline and then return than householder. So related to be well trained in discipline, it means all of the peacocks in Buddhism must be followed to all 227 training precepts, retrain their senses, reflect well on the registry provided by the faithful and purity their livelihood. So the important thing is that to follow 227 of the training precepts or discipline of the Lord Buddha. Why? When they are not to be well trained in discipline, they don't know how to follow, don't know how to do, they don't know how to uh, obey or to follow what the Buddha taught. So it is important uh, to well train in discipline. It means if they are be well trained in discipline, they will understand how to do, how to follow the precept of the Lord Buddha. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So yeah, it's important, but simply that each and every one of us, in order to achieve a certain goal in life, we need to have a discipline, and even living a life within a family and society as well, we need to have a discipline. So otherwise, we wouldn't move forward. We are going stuck without having a discipline in some places. So thank you so much for your explanation. And I'm going a little bit fast. So turn my question to Venerable Ho Hong for the last one in your stanzas. So the Buddha has mentioned that to have an appropriate career is also a highest blessings in Buddha's terms. So, what do you make of that, and how can we understand this sentence that the Buddha has mentioned on this Mahamagga Sutta? Thank you.
Okay, I want to refer to one verse laid on by the Buddha. In Cholagama Vibhanga Sutta, the Buddha or Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddha said, Kama Saka Sada, Kama Dayata, Kama Yoni, Kama Bontu, Kama Badesarana, Kamang Sate Vibhajati, Yatidang Hainapanay Tataya. This means that all living being has own action, has own act, has action every own refuge or relative. And action of individual provide them to be good and bad, or noble and ignoble. That's why, according to this sutta, it means that every people need to have their own work because own work is the action result. If we do good, we get a good result. If we do bad, we get bad result. and all the people, according to the Buddha, in the Dhammapaccattakatha mentioned that sapi sada tukha kama padeka kula. Sokha kama tukha padeka kula. It means that all the people hate suffering and love happiness. So that's why in order to live in one society, so we need to have one own work to respond for oneself, for serving for oneself. And if you have ability by oneself, so we can support mother, father, and companion in society also. And we can share the happiness that what we have to the society and community. That's why the word anagolachakamanta for the sutta mean unconflicted work. So unconflicted work here mean that we need to have a proper work for serving our life. Because according to the Buddha, Samanera Panha, the Buddha said, Sapi Sata Aharatika mean that all living beings need food to eat, to live. And that's why the Buddha laid down for fundamental basic need that all the people in society need. In order to get that one, so we need to have a proper work to do. And our work cannot cause suffering to other people in family, in community, and in society, and for all, and to all the world, all nations. This is the meaning Anagala Chakamonta in this sutta. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, this is going to be the last one for Venerable Supal. But I would like to inform you in advance that before we are going to end this program, I would like you to have a few minutes at the last session, and I would like you to explain, or encourage, share your personal message to encourage people. Why do we need to have this kind of blessings, and why, and how can we put all of these blessings into practice, and how can we benefited from it? And but before that, I would like to again ask Venerable Supal on your last one. Your last blessing is that to have a good speech. You know, what did the Buddha mean by to have a good speech is also a blessing. So what what is it? Simply, what is good speech that people need to practice? Thank you.
Thank you. To have a good speech. I don't know how many minutes more that we have.
We still have like 8 minutes, but
Okay, thank
you
you.
can have this one for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Our speech is the manifestation of our thought. Mind is infused. It is not better to speak too much. It is the best way that we have to follow. The tongue is the strongest muscle in our body. It is, it can work all day long without tired. It is related to our tongue. Nothing tired. So the person who can control their own tongue, their own speaking, they consider us the strongest person in the world. Therefore, our speech cannot be always pleasing to the others, but at least it should be aimed at the benefit. Thus, moreover, the pledgery, the idol, charter are not well-spoken speech, but neither are calling self-righteous for finding. In short, having a good speech is generally to speak in bad words, not to speak in bad words, not to speak in provocated words, not to speak in instigated words or in flaming words, especially the best way not to speak too much. Those to have a good speech, us means boys consider us the highest blessing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So we have altogether we have 5 minutes for the last for all of us, and uh, so I know venerable both of you. I think we have been invited to people's house to perform a chanting, and usually we chant the suttas to the people, and 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 mostly people don't really understand what we are, only that we assume that this chanting is empowering them, or to recharge their battery or energy, and empower blessings to the people. And that's why we, as our cultures, as our tradition, we always invite monks to perform a chanting because like even in the US, and we assuming that that is how we receiving blessing from the monk, but actually we using these suttas to perform the chanting. So uh, before we are going to end this, I would like each of you to have 2 minutes. Uh, what would be your message to encourage people to put those blessings that you have explained uh, and sharing with us here? So, what would be your message of, 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 of telling to the people that the real blessing is using those blessing into practice, put those blessing into practice, that will be having a real blessings in your daily life. So I would like to start with Venerable Hong. If you can, please share your personal message. What would you encourage people to do? Thank you.
So if people want to live happily in one society, so they need to understand or they need to practice the Mangala Sutta, follow the Mangala Sutta, because Mangala Sutta can be divided as a ID mean individual development. It means it covers 3 points. One, development of the knowledge, new knowledge, development of the new skill, and development of the behavior or improvement of behavior. That's why this sutta is a very important for a devotee to get happiness and enjoyment in their life. That's why we need to they need to follow in order to get real happiness by practicing them, not to find other happiness outside oneself. Because if we want to live one society, we need to be a good child, we need to be a good member of society, and we cannot separate from society. But we need to give heritage or to keep heritage in one society. For example, knowledge or work or other benefit in order to give our society more progress and more development. Yes, that's why we need to follow through the Mangala Sutta in order to get happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So yes, the same thing, Venerable Support. What would be your message to encourage people to practice those blessings? Thank you.
In practicing, to have much knowledge is the most important. Our knowledge can develop by listening, by understanding, by thinking, by learning. So we have to learn everything around the world. So by our learning, our understanding, we can develop our life and also society to be improved. To be skilled in craft, we do something without skill cannot develop. For example, we have a skill in speaking English, we have a skill in teaching English, and we have a skill in craft for doing something. So it is important for our life to develop our life and also society. Well trained in discipline. When we are understanding about well trained in discipline, we can follow, we can do what we have to do. We understand how to do, we understand what we have to do. So it is important that the Buddha said it is the high blessing. And to have good speaking is so important. We are, if we speak in bad word to the other people, uh, it will destroy a person and also a society. So if we are speaking in good word, it will develop other people life and also society to be improved. So it is important to have much knowledge, to be skilled in craft, to be well trained in discipline, to have good speech is very important in our life and society. It is the higher blessing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Venerable, both of you, for spending your time with us and sharing your knowledge to the people who might listen to this podcast. Oh yes, I'm sorry, something wrong. Yes, thank you so much once again, Venerable, to both of you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now here, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. You know, it is important for all of us to put all of this practice into all of these blessings into practice in our daily life. And you know, the most important thing is that we need to have the desire to learn and put those things into practice. And it is really important that we are all need to seek a real blessings in life, not the fake one, the one that people are usually misunderstanding in you know in every in different cultures. But you know, as you have mentioned, that one of the real blessing in Buddha's term is that to look after our parents, because for what we have in our life, whether knowledge, property, or certificate that we have received from a university, is also the root of it is from our parents. So if we look after our parents, then we will have a real blessings in life. So thank you so much once again, Venerable, both of you, for joining with us, and we hope to see you again next time. And also thank you for all Venerable Monk who might happen to watch this program. And now we are going to end this program, and we will see you next week with different speakers on this program. And thank you both, Venerable, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and also all the people. Thank you so much.